Hello, and welcome. I am here to talk today about messaging clarity and how it is the fuel for really fast growth. So, I'm Debbie White. I'm a marketing expert. I have been doing this for 3 decades, and I help seasoned experts go from invisible to invincible with clear messaging. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So, messaging clarity. How many of you guys feel like you have that right now? Because when I talk to people, they say, I could use a little help with this. And let me tell you, when I look at the big picture, when people say, man, I want to be getting more clients. I mean, that's really what it all comes down to, right? Like, we want to grow our business. We have big goals. We want to work with amazing people, have a ton of fun doing it. So when you look at the big picture, I will tell you that the fastest way to get there, it really does come down to having very fine-tuned, clear messaging. Let me explain how this works, why it works. So messaging clarity can springboard you from getting lost in the crowd to hitting consistent 10K months. It's really how our clients have had rapid growth, and not just rapid growth, but growth that's actually sustainable. And that's what I want. I want sustainability in your business, and I want your business to be simple. That's what I want. I want you to have the same thing. So I am so curious. Good morning. And if you're there, say hello. I love seeing who's here with me today. Just say hello. Even if you're watching in replay, we love to see who's here with us. So hello. So good to see you guys. So I'm curious, how many of you guys feel like, I feel like I'm the internet's best kept secret, and maybe you feel like you're pouring your heart into your work, but you really want to be standing out. Like, if that's you, say stand out. Hey, so good to see you guys. Say stand out if you're wanting that. I'm going to talk about that. This is how you do it. This is really how you do it. Me! Okay, I love seeing that. So, I also want to mention something. Things are changing very rapidly. I mean, it's accelerating continually. And you know what? It's going to keep doing that. That's not going to change. I wish I could say it was going to stop, but it's not. But I have some good news. We got to stand out. Yes. I have some good news. I am going to share a lot of great news in all of this. So I also want to give you the lay of the landscape. Yeah, things have changed a lot. Even in the last year, I've had people say, man, last year was a killer. My business feels flat. I'm not sure what to do. I hear all kinds of stuff. And here's why. The online market is evolving, and things that used to work aren't working anymore. And there's a reason for that. First of all, it's really crowded. I think we've all seen that. There's probably thousands of people that do what you do online. There's people that, if you're a coach or a service provider, there are a lot of people that have been burned. The pandemic, a lot of people came online. There was a lot of, people over-promising stuff that they had no experience. They didn't have decades of experience. Maybe they took a course. Now they're teaching it. A lot of crap happened. Okay, but now we have content being cranked out faster and faster with AI. Yeah, lots of changes are coming to Facebook groups in April. Yep, a lot of things are happening. We're always going to have change. But when I want to say however but, there's an opportunity, a huge opportunity, because most of what you're seeing is what I call, it's noise. There's so much noise right now, because most of the stuff I see, the messaging is not clearly focused. How many of you follow someone that maybe you think, I really like her, or I really like this person, they're interesting, they have great energy. I don't really know what the heck they do. I see this all the time. I don't know if they even have an offer or what it is. I see that all the time. So those two things are really a big deal. It's really the cornerstone of your business. So I want to break that down today. This is also where I feel like most people get this a little backwards. I start everyone with a messaging clarity deep dive. We call that our lighthouse effect. Every single client I work with, we start with that. And here's why. Because first of all, we have to deep dive into how you're unique and different. What is it that you love doing? We need to actually do some market research. We have a really simple process that we use to get information so that we understand our market really, really well. You need to have a narrow target audience. A lot of you guys know this stuff, but it's what we do with that matters. What are we doing with that information? And first of all, you need to create your hell yes offer first. And messaging is a critical component of creating a hell yes offer. It really all comes down to the messaging and how you talk about it. It really is. So by aligning your irresistible hell yes offer with what your audience currently desires. So in other words, what is your perfect client out there? What do they say they want this minute? Not someday, not next week, right now. So you have to know that. We have steps that help you do that, but you have to know that. And then you got to stay there. You can't wander off and start talking about all the other things. We got to get focused. So we have a system that keeps you very focused. That's when you focus, it gets so much easier. It's so simple. So what do they say they want this minute that aligns with what you do best? That sounds so simple. You guys, that's where the magic is. That's how we come up with a hell yes offer. What do they say they want this minute that aligns with your zone of genius? So there's something else that happens, which is pretty significant. And I probably don't talk about this enough. But when you have that, when you know what that is, and we get there fast with our system, we do that work straight up front right away. When you know that you have a hell yes offer, you know how to talk about it in a way that's like just a target for what your audience is wanting, your perfect client, and you know how to talk about it. This is what really happens is, and I hear this over and over and over again from every single client that goes through this process. I feel so much more comfortable and confident now. Sometimes they get so excited, they're literally jumping up and down out of their seats. This happens. Some of you guys are watching this are my clients, and you know that. They're so on fire about what they do and what a difference it makes. It's like, I got to go tell everybody about this. This is like, I'm so excited. So this actually happened recently with one of our clients. When she got through the messaging clarity portion, we call that the lighthouse effect. You know, we deep dive into that. It happens fast. That's why I said this happens quickly. So this is what happened. I kid you not. Within 1 week after that, 7 days, she literally went out and brought in and sold over $27,000 in offers, multiple offers in 7 days. I mean, I think it was in a couple days because it was during a work week. I mean, she didn't work the weekend, I don't think. I mean, in a week. So this is how it affects more than you. It affects more than your audience. It affects you too. I flipped that up. But when you're so clear about what you do and why it matters, you're going to feel so confident. And it does make everything really easy. When you know someone hears what you have to offer and they're like, oh my God, I feel like you just get me and you know exactly what I need. It's like, yeah, it gets to be that simple. So the other thing is a hell yes offer also showcases your signature method. Some of you guys have this already. In fact, I'm going to say if you are experienced at what you do, you've been doing this for a couple of years, everyone has it. Maybe you haven't fully leveraged it. And that's what we do with a hell yes offer. I know, in 1 week, crazy. But this isn't unusual. That's what I want to say. We see this over and over again. So your zone of genius isn't just what you do. It's how you do it differently than anyone else. So when we talk about clarity, it's not just an I help statement. We've got to go a lot deeper than that. You have to fully understand and really see so that your audience can fully understand and see how you do something differently, why that matters to them. What is it about you? We talk about these things because when you get clear on that, it's like oh my God, this is so valuable. I know what I'm delivering here, and I know the result my clients will get. It's very empowering, and it fuels you up with so much. We're here to lead, we're here to serve. And when you know exactly how to talk about it, it actually gets to be easy, it gets to be fun. So, crafting your messaging so that it highlights your unique approach as part of the process, right? You've heard me say we have a lighthouse effect process. It is our signature process. It is proven. It is so exciting. I love talking about it. You have something as well that's equally as exciting to your audience. So this not only demonstrates your expertise, but tells your audience exactly why they need your unique solution. And your unique solution is not about listing all the services you provide or all the processes you take them through. They actually don't care. It's about showcasing the actual outcomes and experiences that only you can provide. You get to do this, and it's so fun. And that becomes, you start with your hell yes offer. And then, we'll talk about this in a minute, once you have that, your content drives to that offer. It's that simple. We don't have to be all over the place doing a million things. I want you focused. I want you to be known for one thing. That's what breaks through all the noise. Yes, simple, repeatable. You might sound like a broken record. I say, yes, that's a good thing. That's what ads do when they run over and over and over again, and we can even recite what's happening next, and we love them. I'm not saying to create an ad or creating authentic relationships, but your content gets to be so much more focused, and it actually helps you break through so that you become known. So I am curious, you guys out there watching this, I want to ask you something. Who here's fed up with feeling like this is a constant grind and you're not seeing the sales that you deserve? If you're shouting, that's me, drop a yes in the comments. Or you can say, that's me. I want you to feel this. I want you to have this. It really can be this simple. So when you clearly articulate, the word value is overused. Value is what someone deems they want right now. You have to know what that is. That's what we talk about when we say value. But when you clearly articulate that in a way that excites and it draws people that you really love working with, draws them in, you will also feel so much more confident. And it really just becomes a matter of doing the work. And if you have clear steps that we want you taking, it gets to be easy, and it gets to be an actual process. So another client, this has all happened within the last month or so. Another client recently brought in $16,000 in 1 week. And again, this all happened after she went through the messaging clarity. She had the lighthouse effect, and she is stepping into her full capacity as a leader and really knows how valuable her work is for her clients. And she has so much clarity on that she knows she has a hell yes. And it gets to be that simple and that easy for her to transform these amazing people she gets to work with. So it does get to be that way. So who here is like, I want more clients with less effort? Who wants to transform your hustle into what I call a streamlined success story? That's really what it gets to be. Say success in the comments. I know, I love the comments. Time to get off the hamster wheel. This, again, no one should be on a hamster wheel. I don't believe in grind. I believe in doing the work, but I believe in a streamlined process that keeps building, on that sustained success. That's what I believe in. And that's what I want for you guys. Yes, success. I love it. So to recap, I'm going to keep this short and sweet today. The biggest leverage that you have for exponential growth, for ongoing growth in your business, this is all the way up to 7+ figures, is messaging clarity. So messaging clarity actually is what creates your hell yes offer. Your hell yes offer informs your simple content system. And we add a customer acquisition system. I mean, let's just call it sales. We have a simple sales process. And then the growth is fast and it's significant. And we see this. We see people have numbers like, I 6X'd my growth. I 10X'd my growth. I made more in the last month than I did all year. We expect to hear that. In fact, if you do the work and you're a seasoned expert, seasoned coach, you will typically see a 4-time increase from last year's income. And that starts happening within weeks. It happens quickly. So if you're listening to these stories and you're like, dang, I want that for me, and you're curious and you're like, how would this work for me? Would this work for me? Just write growth in the comments, write growth in the chat. And we're multi-streaming here, so we'll come back to you if I'm not there to say anything. But I would love to, we can show you this. We'll reach out and we'll see how we might be able to support you in your journey. I don't think you should do this alone. I do know that people tell us, and I'm totally cool saying this, people tell us this all the time. I have been in so many programs, but I did not have the clarity until I started working in the House of Impact. We've had people say that over and over and over again. And we have a new high-level program in our house programs called High Voltage. And this is for seasoned. You've been doing this for a couple of years. You're an expert, you're a coach, and you're like, I am ready to call in my multi-6-figure sustainable business. It is time. This is people that come to us go, I finally get it. It's all coming together. It's all happening because we have to get the foundation so dialed in that it will take you to a 7-figure plus business, if that's what you want. Maybe you just want a multi-6-figure business, but it can be simple. It can be done. So that's message clarity. It's so good. It's kind of amazing. We're super fired up about it, as you can see, because it's getting results and it's making a huge impact. And I want you guys to be able to have that and to feel that. So just say growth if you want to see, how does this work? What does this look like? I'll reach out to you and see if this would even be a good fit and what it might look like. And meanwhile, we are going to be here live next Tuesday as well at 11 Central. And if you have any questions at all, please drop them in the comments. I love getting questions. And yeah, it does. That's the other thing. I mean, I could just sit there and go on, but really, when I say sustainable, I mean, I'm not just talking about, and I'm totally about sustainability in all aspects of life, but in your business. I want you guys to invest in something that you can take with you ongoing. You cannot do that with a tactic. You cannot do that with the latest, greatest gimmick that's working today. I want you to have sustainable growth that works on any platform, in person, online, everywhere. And that's what you need. That's what we specialize in. No, this will never go out of style. AI can't do it for you. I don't care how noisy it gets. This will always cut through. So I feel like I have a sermon today. That's my sermon today, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Trisha, for being there for everyone in the chat in the Facebook group. If you're not a member of our Facebook group, that's where all the lives are housed. That's where all the goodies are. We'd love to invite you to come over to our Facebook group. You can just drop Facebook group if you're not in the Facebook group watching this, and we'll make sure and get you an invite. And I will see you next live on the same time, same space next week if I don't see you before then. And I hope you have a beautiful Tuesday, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us.